Hello. Hello. How's it going? Yes, I was going to say, which creature are you thinking about? I wasn't sure if you're going to have more than what you currently have as well. Hello, Astral Wizard and Friday. Weiss, how are you? I think I'm doing good. Today was good. I did a lot today. Was able to go see the doctor about my back, and we have a bit of a plan for it, but need to see the email they sent me later. Let me check that out. And then otherwise, I picked up a new chair, and it is much better. I'm liking the mesh chair over any leather like gamer chair already. And just I needed a new one because that one was breaking. Next long alive for 3 years. Don't do well with other creatures. Don't be so he's a single child. Single child spoiled. Giant enclosure. They shall achieve enrichment. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see as I have it for longer. But right now, the other thing I'm thinking of is a wireless speaker, or just a Bluetooth speaker. Can go in water, etc. Because I want something to be able to hear my computer without having headphones on. I have noticed. Do, do. I'm gonna turn on some stream features I haven't had on in a long time. And I forget even exist. Hello? How's it going? We're not gonna stream very long. Because I did a lot today. Your boa? You have a snake creature? But yes, hello. I don't know if you've seen the Riv. We're gonna make them transparent now. Colombian red-tailed boa. See that, Gord? That's too bad. I barely look at him some days. Oh no. The axle creature. But yeah. So I'll take the half-hearted humming, I guess. Low data expunge. It's hit the character violence. What? Rainbow. Okay, I've set up all the files earlier, so now everything's named correctly for Spearmaster. Now I just need to actually make the Spearmaster. Servable. Why don't I go back here real quick? Okay. But yes, I always knew Riv would come out really well. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, so the main deal today, actually, let's go back. We're going to take a screenshot of this so I know how to overlay. Couple of years old. By God, I'm in a 50-gallon log. Multiple gallon creature. Tiny baby feet for tiny babies. Everything's just a bit smaller, huh? The legs have been smaller-sized. Who could have done this? Even, like, all of it's smaller, huh? Hello, Tetral RDX. Hello. How's it going? Let me get the hand tracking here. Yes, we're not going to do anything too crazy. Kind of just staging everything. I want to see how I feel about this. Do 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 bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. But remains untouched on your desktop. Because whenever I open it, I get 5 migraines. What's the big problem? Yeah, I guess I get that. If there's any questions about things, still ask. Try to go to sleep, have a good treat. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Do do do. Do 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 do. Ba ba da da. Oh no. It's probably overwhelming in general, all the tabs, drop tabs, and options. So the amount of things you can do in Blender are really, really large. You just gotta decide what you really want to do, and then just do that. Try to understand, on a basic level, what you want to try. And maybe you try... So Blender has a little bit of everything. It's the generalist. It's the free generalist 3D modeling program, because it does the normal modeling, the sculpting, UV editing, texture painting, shading. You do animation in it, you do rendering in it. Oh, it has all the tabs I'm just reading off the top here. Which in a lot of other cases, in a lot of other pipelines, every single one of those is a different program. So I can definitely see that to be overwhelming, because you're seeing everything that you want to do for 3D modeling and for other stuff. Just character models, the bones can move. So one thing I would suggest to you is maybe you just try to do a box and then you learn to get a mesh like this. Although alternatively, maybe you try everything under the sculpting tab, which sculpting is basically you take whatever mesh you have and you mold it like clay with the different tools that you have there. There are a lot of really, really good sculptors out there that can make models really, really fast that look really, really good. The one thing about sculpting is after you need to do retopologization, which not everyone likes that. I love Grin more as well. Love. Then I was going to figure out. Couldn't change the shape of a spear. Well, there's definitely tutorials out there, I am going to say. I was so okay with it because I have been taught in Maya, which is just a specifically modeling and sculpting. Well, I don't think really much sculpting, but following sculpting program. And did animation on a minor level. Actually did some stuff I might show at some point. Don't want to talk about it right now, though. In high school, regret having just the base. So if you've done a 3D modeling program, I mean, if you're just taught the program, you can definitely be able to figure out any other program. Of course, it's different. The thing about 3D modeling that puts a lot of people off is that you have to learn the tool, and it takes that time to actually do that. And knowing what each different part does. Just by watching me, you might notice some of the things I do, and if there's things you want to ask, you definitely can. So to start with, we're in edit mode for our creature here. And you have the multiple different modes that matter. All these tabs don't matter, they just bring you to different modes of this for the most part. So which is why I usually just stay in layout and stop caring. A lot of people like to customize what each one of these does and what it looks like. Doesn't matter. It just makes me not care every time I load someone else's Blender, and then it's just super customized and it just didn't do anything different. But object mode, you'll see it as the actual object. However, it looks like this because currently I have a mirror modifier, but it also has the rig making it go this way, but it's still mirrored, so it goes the other way. So right now we only have the nodes on half the body because I deleted the other half, so it's a little bit easier to actually mess with everything. And now normally I have an add-on that shows all my key presses, but every time I launch the program it deactivates, so it annoys me. But for what I'm doing right now, I'm holding Alt and then I click on the line and it picks every single one on the line. And I do Alt and S, and then now it's scaling the line according to the volume that it is connected to. And then if I just do S, it'll just scale it in general, but it won't bring this point because that point will always be stuck, which is why I like doing Alt and S instead, in this situation at least. But sometimes doesn't really go how you want, so you're gonna have to manually move things around yourself. Main things you want to know for moving nodes is that you're gonna have, you press G. So if I've selected this, you press G, you can now move these nodes however you want. You press X, now it's along the X-axis. You press Y, now it's along the Y-axis, which is going towards us. Z is going that way. It's the same for S, which is scale, and then R, which is rotate. It'll rotate according to the camera, which I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you do every single time. Press X for on the X-axis, or on the Y-axis, or on the Z-axis. It'll get a lot easier that way. That's the base idea of what you really want to know. About a little small shortcuts of me just doing Alt and S is like, don't use Alt and S unless you really know what you want. After you do stuff, you're like, oh, this is hard. There's got to be an easy way to do it. There's always an easier way to do it. 100%. Because every other person's had this problem, and it's probably been integrated as some sort of fix somewhere. Or as a hotkey that you might not know, so you can always try to look it up. But the base idea is once you're looking at, say, every single thing you're always going to start with is usually going to be a cube. Observe the cube. Now we do edit mode. You see all the corners of the cube. You probably can't see the ones on the other side. Up here is all the visualization stuff, if that makes sense. So if I press this button, I can't, the X-ray is gone. If I press this button, it's in rendered mode, don't use that. And then if this one's the flat mode, and this one's just wireframe, doesn't matter if you have see-through, depending. These ones are just, it mirrors on the x-axis. So if I move this one, it'll move the one mirrored to it on the x-axis. Any good topology that you make should be mirrored on some axis for as long as you possibly can. Which is why right now I have Riv like this, and I have a modifier. Don't worry about the modifier. You can just use this to mirror stuff. So now we're looking at this. How do we get a bunch more nodes? If I press Control and R, I then get this. And then I can place a line there. So now we have our box cut in half. And so now when it's mirrored, we can still grab both sides. When you're in edit mode, don't move things just around because the origin's here. You can reset that in a different ways, but I like to just move it in object mode so I don't have to worry about it. So say we're making gourd. And so we need a lot more lines than this. So I do that and then I press 3. So we have 3. And then now I'm just going to select each line and then press S to scale it to the body generally, or however you want to do it. And then now I press Alt and then click on the line and then bring this up. On the Y axis by pressing Y. So now we've got our round man. Maybe we want to line this way. Click that, press S, and then on the X axis, he's now significantly round. And we've also kept our, if we didn't change the corners, the top is now still flat and the bottom is definitely 100% flat. The biggest thing that I can tell you is just how to make these loops and make vertices. If you can select 2 points, you can also press subdivide, which puts a point in between it. In which case, if I press A selects everything. You can then right click and subdivide, and that'll also subdivide everything. This one kind of messed up. It'll actually create all the lines. Yeah, it gets a lot more detailed. Try to keep it as low poly as you can for as long as you can. Also, hello, Tesla Coil. One of the other important things, as you notice, we're just using squares here. So the most powerful shape you can have in 3D modeling is a triangle, because triangles don't bend. And when it comes to squares, squares are 2 triangles, but they're technically 2 sets of triangles at the same time, which means they can be either or. Which is why they're much better for bending. And otherwise, you try to avoid triangles because they're very stiff. That kind of explain what I'm talking about. Let's stare at it from this way. So if I bring this point really far down, you'll notice that it's still connected right here. So right now it's technically a triangle here and a triangle here that is this whole face. But now if I bring this back up and it's all in line, and then bring these down, you can see the triangle again. If I bring these down, it'll be going the other way eventually, depending on how you do it. Basically, it can be a triangle one way or the other. That makes sense. Hello, Chubi Sanoka. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to stream. I'm just doing a quick little setting up some modeling. And then people had questions about just getting started. So we're going to be making Spearmaster here. So you can just click and drag individual vertices. You can do whatever you want. I like to do multiple at a time. Because what I've found is one thing you should always know, you can always get the model you want. Just it's probably going to take a really long time if you're fussing with one node at a time. So if I click on a node and I press G, that means I can move it, and then we can just move it arbitrarily around. Got Martyr on Gourmand. Cool. All doing alright. I follow you ready to pass, but apparently I'm low. Alright. I think you were stopping by. And I'll grab Nicholson. I have new chair today. It's very powerful. I also ate pretzel burger. Pretzel burger is very powerful. That's kind of what I want to go over. So if we change to sculpt mode, the thing about it is you generally want to do like crazy subdivision, and you go sculpt mode, and then we have all these different things of just you using clay, and then I just do this, and suddenly we've got a little bit of that gourmand chunk going on. Yes. Good. And then you can change the radius and how much it affects it, stuff like that. And then slowly you can just literally sculpt it. Make the poly count like insane. So generally when people do sculpting, you'll have it at really high poly count so you can get that shape you want. And so, which is why when you try to actually bring it into a model that you can actually use, you want to retopologize it, which is basically just you have the really, really high density, lot of nodes mesh, and then you try to mesh over that as a simple mesh to make it look like it. Because you can't use that super high quality mesh because it's just too much. So you call these meshes, by the way. This is a mesh. Because it's just a bunch of points. We're not going to talk about texturing until I actually deal with it later. Is he doing Spearmaster in the title? Yes. We are doing Spearmaster. Look at those hips. The whole object is a mesh? Yes. Less detailed coat over the shape? Yes, and then you'll be using that one. I need to bring in the other side here. Take a picture of this real quick. The bold lines related to bones? What do you mean? Seems good to me. The bold red lines. The bold red lines relate to texturing, which I'm not going to talk about right now. So basically when you're texturing, you're using 3D model, you're using 2D texture, you're putting 2D images onto 3D models. You can't just do that. So you gotta cut up the model into different islands. If you've ever dealt anything with just like paper model kind of things, it might make sense what I just said, and you just kind of put everything together. Music a tad loud? I do have it a bit loud. Sorry about that. That should be better. I forgot to change it from earlier. Hello, delicious chicken. Chicken. How's it going? Great model, my friend. Very good at this. Yes. Thank you. I'm not by any means a master of this kind of thing, I will say. This is just something I've been messing with on and off for a while, which is why we have the Rivulet here and all the others. I think this is not the best way to do what I want to do here. How does this other image look? I guess I have it come out anyway. Should bring it back a little bit. And thank you for the follow as well, delicious chicken. It's like trying to wrap a stuffed animal with wrapping paper. I wouldn't really say that. I would say it's closer to if you've ever done like you have a thing that you like a paper model that you cut out of paper. How do you then fold that and glue all the tabs together? Also, I should move the hands, but that's fine. How do you glue all the tabs together so it all sticks together? And hello, Mid-Pup as well. Depends on texturing mode. I don't know this tool specifically, but in general, you can project from the axis cylinder, wrapping more complicated ways. All right, let's just look at the UV editing. So I have it as a lot of different things. So you'll see all of them over each other right now. If I select just the body, this will be just the body. Just the mouth. Make a bit more sense. So just the mouth will show whatever the mouth is currently on. In this case, how I've textured it, the actual mesh will move into its actual position to then show the mouth. And so that is the basic idea for any of the small animation changes that I've been doing. See the passion I'm all looking for it because it inspires me to think, well, cool. Have you done much 3D modeling yourself? I haven't been able to do much outside of just random small bits for a while. But I've been glad to get this model out. Because I've had a lot of different versions of Slugcat. But I'm really happy with this base that I've been able to make. Not going to talk about texture right now. Well, people kept asking about it. We're not really going to go into it that crazy. But if you see a red line, just consider it cut on the paper. Random bits of happy work is all we can really ask for. I suppose so. I want to do a lot more though. You can smell the passion. You can smell The chicken, if you will. I'm sorry. Very low energy, informative. I'm glad people like showing up for them. Hello, Leon. Hello. How's it going? I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. What's really going on? Popping up on a big screen is going to end. It's a powerful emo. It must be used. How possible to use one of these slugcats in Beat Saber? So, I know a lot of VR chat models can be used in Beat Saber. And what I do to export things for VTubing isn't that different to VR chat. I don't know anything outside of that. If you can find out what file type they use, if they use VRM, I can immediately do it. Beat Saber model files, custom Beat Saber, avatars, and camera plus. I will now view this. They're playing as Goku. Nice. I don't see what file it's trying to use, but I wouldn't assume it would be that bad. Leon. But I have no reason to do VR chat right now, so we're not going that way just yet. I think we bring this back out. I like this smooth, even though I want to bring it into that. Hello, Smashy. Hello. How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope it's going well. New Riv gameplay, of course. Riv stares in my soul. Current avatars, it just has .avatar at the end. I technically have .avatar, but that's a bit different. I don't think that'll work the same way. The points along this don't really translate well. Just leave it like that. I think I'm going to do one of these smooth vertices. I feel better about it now. But yeah, you have to. This is the Slugcat / Axolotl? Yes. You'll have to tell me how to a bit more about it, Leon. Otherwise, I have no reason to mess with that kind of stuff. And yes, I've already been asked money-wise to make stuff for people. So it is one step at a time, because I want to finish all 5 of them first. Also, yes, Slugcat Axolotl. The 5 new cats from the DLC, that being Rivulet, was one of them. And so Rivulet's the second one that I've made for actual VTubing, and the first one being Artificer here. Just a chunky little... I don't even feed him like 3 times a week, if that. It's going, how are you? I have recently hurt my back pushing a car out of the mud. Don't push a car out of the mud by yourself, people. So I saw the doctor today, and we have a kind of a path forward, because I don't want this pain to continue more weeks than it already has. I have a new chair today. Do you have to do PT? I was recommended it. But I'm waiting on that recommendation first. But they were also like, if you just figure out your own stretches and stuff, probably don't worry about it too much. 'Cause it's just muscle stuff. I should be able to work on that. I was already working on back muscles before I stopped going to the gym a little while ago. So I just need to go back to the gym again. Sorry to hear that. Well, been working on it. I think it's very good. I think it's very good that I've been getting this new chair. And then now I'm actually thinking about how I sit all the time, because all I do for job and when I come home is just sit at a chair, and there's no way that has been good to me. Although the way I pushed that car out was not reasonable, because it took 3 days of me trying an hour every day for me to push that out. Really different thing. It's mostly stuff you can manage yourself. It's not like debilitating. I just need someone to tell me what I should be doing to deal with certain stuff, especially if I just sit in a chair all the time and I haven't been doing stretches and stuff like that as much as I probably should be. I noticed two things. I'm not as flexible as I probably should be, and I'm really tense. Um, Especially when it always comes to the back. Rotor's probably my favorite skill I've played thus far. When it comes to platforms, a lot of agility, movement over utility. I've liked Artie and Rivulet a lot. I think both of those are the favorite for a lot of people. Also, hello, Will Rogers. Sorry I didn't say that earlier. The world of 3 models. Yes. The Scug of Cat. But yeah, we're just setting up the initial for this model here. I'm just trying to get what we want here. I need to think about how I want to do this tail. Recommend yoga, stretches, and relaxes. Think I need to. I know the gym I've been looking at again has some stuff. Let me do something real quick. Leap motion. Let's put that a bit forward. There we go. I like that. There's definitely some stretches of yoga that I've seen like random YouTube videos that have like recommended some stuff, but it's been like, I don't know. One of the other things is I'm going to try to sleep flat on my back. Gonna be hunchback at 22. Oh no. Please don't do that, Scaramouche. But yes, hello. Yeah, it's not too bad. Do you have path and trails near you? Oh. I'm trying to get back into biking. But I need to drive anywhere to actually get somewhere good. Because I haven't been able to do that as much as I really want to. Because there's just so much time I've spent going into other things. I hate accidentally tabbing into animation. Car dependent infrastructure, yes. I think that is a lot of it. Right here. Also, who thinks Silk Song exists? Is it even real? Having to drive to get in trails and stuff creates a barrier to do that thing. Yeah. There's some good trails. I've done this one just constantly when I lived next to it a while ago. But I don't live next to it now, nor does my work. I guess I could see what's around my work. I haven't really done that. Just smooth this because I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. It's kind of a chest bump here. Look at that skinny man. He's even shorter. What happened to him? Hello, the escape. Starting to lose hope. What? What does that mean? Oh, it looks on. Okay. 30 minutes from my work, so it makes me sad. I used to be 30 minutes from my work, which is why I would bike there. Something you get to live across the street from my work. Yes. I dislike them very much. You must acquire the car. It's the only way. Since this morning, I almost started crying in the car. Oh, goodness. I drive German car. It needs premium. Yeah, I understand that. I used to drive one like that. Somebody drive for basically do that under limit. Yes. Gas station. Hello, Silica, as well. Hello. I think we maybe leave it like that. It's kind of, I don't know. What's up? I have a new chair. It's mesh. Also, this model I don't think you've seen because I finished it last Thursday. Metal monster. You will get in the metal demon and you will like it. What does this mesh look like? I think maybe we bring this in a lot more. So the whole thing for people who don't know, Spearmaster, the purple one that we're trying to make here, is really skinny compared to all the others. Can I do an Alt S Y? No. So just carry them away from where you sleep? Yes. So you are as light as you would be when you starve, which also means you can do the helicopter glitch thing. Chair mesh for also ventilation. Also for not sliding off the chair constantly. I cannot believe that was an issue. How? Weighs less than the starving slug cat? That wouldn't surprise me. It's like a lot skinnier. Oh, goodness. Also, the thing I'm doing right now, I'm pressing G twice, which allows it to go along the thing. Pia mosquito feeds comes very plump. All of it's stored in the tail, Rizilla Riker. So hello. All of it's in the tail. The tail is much larger. The energy is stored in the tail. Normally, always listen. I tweet about it. Stats and everything. This feels weird to do this. Boo-doo. Like B-Cat. B-Cat's hilarious. Two Kimblims. Dogcat already hates her, is very bipolar and angry. What? Not awesome. We've got the dad bod. That's only because I really smoothed everything over here. You can really feel the skinny. Shiny Zoroark, Scarlet and Violet. Don't show up shiny? Yeah. I knew that. It's all pain, all the way down. You cannot escape. Shikanoshi. What? It's the same for Ditto. We don't want to read the shiny. I mean, that's what I had to do in black and white without a shiny charm. I'm sure you can figure it out. Are you ready to spend the next 2 weeks of your life at 8,000 odds? Pretty sure I didn't have shiny charm. I don't remember. Only shiny I've really ever purposely gone for. How do I want to do this? There's just a lot going on here. Cutting these legs down. The feet are staying the same, but there's just a lot there. It's just not really okay. I still want it to be out to like here. Shiny cute fan. Those are always the fun ones. That's the little flying fairy guy, right? For the most part, the way I've made this is very good, so I can kind of collapse it well. Box performance in the new game is embarrassing. Generally, biggest problem I have it. I've never played the new ones. Scarlet and Violet. That is that really a problem? You gotta do the, I forget what's the method. The one where you have two different regions. That's what I did in black and white. So it's not like garbage odds. Two different regions breeding. Masuda method. That's why I knew Spearmaster would be annoying. Do I really want to make them shorter? Just seems weird. Actively shorter than the others. Do I just want to make the legs shorter? Or actually the body? Sure, I can tap everything up. For attention. And we'll wall climb up your legs. They're already so bad. So that if I had to breed 100 legs and I'd like refuse to do it, boxes take like several seconds to load properly. What? We're keeping all the ones different proportions? No. So far, well, all three of these guys up top are going to be the same body type. And then these two need to be different. But I kind of want to go off of what Mickey Myro did. So I'm just thinking about how I want to change the base to actually reflect that. So it makes sense to me why they would be shorter. Body. Make them skinnier legs. I think I'm still gonna bring these legs up. Bring that up a little bit. Bring it up a little bit more. No belly. Only pain. Save this. I gotta think about it. Got to think about. Also, we've been streaming for an hour. I was thinking of only going for an hour. I think I stop soon. But first, let's do the important part of extra select kill. Severe case of acne required. Removal of face. We can't do that. Remove their face. Rivulet's got that hyper acme. Do that again as a different version, so I have it before I deleted that. Oh good, they're all marked. Let's control E. Clear seam. This is like not the way I should do this, but we'll get the geometry there. Try to make it not go internally like that. Ugh. It grabbed the eye texture. Good to me. I'm not going to worry about specific issues right now. Excuse me. Banana tail. It's Tails from Sonic. Alright, I'm going to stop now, because I got to wake up early tomorrow. I'm glad to have been able to gotten that working. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad to talk to people during this. Always never sure how many people show up for only 3D model. Don't remind me of work tomorrow. You must go to bed. Alright, we have someone playing Tunic and we have someone playing Rain World. Which one do we think we do? With the Sentis and Egg Bugs. I'm glad you like that. That was the first render I've ever did for my class, since my class. And I still haven't done one since. I think we send it to... Let me check again real quick. Because this takes forever. Oh. Tunic is epic. Maybe we send it to Tunic. Tunic's a game you don't want spoilers for. Please be aware. If you've never played it and intend to. Right now, okay. Alright. Goodbye, Graham Nicholson. I'm going to send to this person. I have not talked to this person in a while, and I don't fully remember. But we'll send to them anyway, because I'm following them or playing Tunic. Otherwise, there's Skuachu doing Rain World. And they're doing Saint, I believe. Yes. So maybe we don't throw it into that either. I'm glad right now. Don't feel like you need to go with the raid if you don't want to. I will stream Thursday. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.